Morning.
Scream!
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 One thing with having my kids home and having them have to basically just be couch potatoes is I'm pulling out all of the old school like movies from my childhood. Like we watched Little Nemo this morning. Great movie.
Little Nemo wasn't from your childhood.
It was from 73. I think, or 70, 78 or 79 was when it was made. I was born in 86. Little Nemo.
What are you on about?
Not Finding Nemo. Little Nemo. Where the kid like dreams and he's flying on a bed and goes to like Slumberland.
Yes, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, it's now like for some reason I kept thinking Finding Nemo. Don't ask me.
No.
I can't remember that at all.
Yeah, it's the kid who basically like goes to sleep and he dreams that like his bed can fly, and he goes to Slumberland and then unleashes a nightmare and then has to stop the nightmare, and it's pretty cool. It's legit, man. Animation was solid for back in the day, late 70s. And if you're live. And I believe it tweeted out the tweet. I believe it's out there. It's out there.
Out there.
There.
Somewhere.
I tweeted mine.
Oh no.
Tweet.
Oh no.
Oh. Duvessa's Shane is Humpty Dumpty. A rhyme with the Frostmaiden saga. Can you imagine if this goes horribly wrong and only half of her gets reanimated?
Yeah.
Into a chaff.
She was split down the middle. It's not going to be good either way.
Just get some duct tape, it'll be fine.
Yeah, duct tape makes everything better, right?
Do they have duct tape? You, Feyru?
I don't think so, but they don't. They really should get a gnome on that.
I mean, can we get an artificer to work on that? Look, I need you to make a 40 horse mile an hour or 40 horsepower tape. I'm trying to find up an equivalent of 90 mile an hour tape. What up, Ethan? Thank you so much for the resub. 16 months. Pog.
I'm just thinking of that movie, Idle Hands, where the guy just like tapes himself back together.
Oh my god, I gotta delete that. Delete it. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
What have you done?
I misspelt.
What?
You've done this.
Oh no. Did you try and quote tweet something and then it was bad?
No, I just misspelt something and it's bothering me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Ethan, what's up? How are you?
Yeah.
Happy Monday.
Oh, don't say that.
Listen.
It's almost over.
I'm happy. It's been an event, but so we had to have my kid's in Cub Scouts, and for him to earn his tiger badge, you had to like do all these things, and we joined like super late because they literally like move into the next year in 2 weeks. So it's only been like a couple months, like maybe 2.5 months at the most since we joined. So it's been like, I'm like, well, if you really want this, we're going to have to do a lot of events. We're going to have to do lots of activities. And he did. And I'm proud of him. So we locked it in. We did the final thing today. Oh my God. So as part of, like, it's a good thing, but it's an awkward thing. You want to talk about having to facilitate some awkward conversations with your children. There's like, what do they call? Oh no. Catholic was all ready for a funeral pyre, but no, everyone wants to douse the flames before they were lit. True. True. But so we have to have like child safety training. And so I had to sit through like the adult version, and then they have kid versions where there's like one per year where they talk about different stuff. And this one was about unsafe touches and it was like this really cheesy cartoon version explaining this stuff, and I'm just sitting there next to my son who's just watching this, and he's looking at me like, really, Dad? Really? It's like, you gotta learn it. It's awkward for me too, son. It's awkward for me too.
Well, on a related note, I may never be able to come back to your stream again. I just had to watch a commercial of a fat man in a Speedo.
Fantastic.
Well, you know, an unsafe touch is a touch anywhere that's covered by your bathing suit. So, you know, his zone's a little smaller than most people's.
Yes, it was a commercial about a firm, and it was an old man that was fat in a Speedo, and he was at one point trimming his hedges.
As one
Trimming your
does.
hedges in a Speedo?
Oh yeah, then he
That's
went.
a dangerous game.
Yeah.
What if you get blowback from a branch? Ooh. No.
He
No,
was doing a lot of
sir.
things. Then he went to a trampoline, and it was not pretty. I'm traumatized from ever coming to Twitch again.
Wow.
Where's your I don't want this ad? No. I don't want ad.
Twitch, please.
Wow.
Please.
I just can't.
Oh,
With
did you
that.
see it too?
No.
Oh.
Just the descriptions. I just can't.
I kind of
Got
want
like
to
a
look it up on YouTube now.
Oh, here, let me find it for you.
Oh God.
Oh, thanks. Thanks. Appreciate it.
I'm sorry. It's that Monday Night Delirium is what it is.
It is in fact delirium.
Oh. And I all of a sudden got much louder because I leaned back and the volume knob on the back of my headphones rolled. Sit at my chair and I was like, oh, very loud.
Oh, I love when I accidentally do that.
And like, and I'm awake. I'm awake. Like George C. Scott in the movie Angus. Oh, it's another classic.
Awaken.
Plays Reveille. Shut up. I was awake, damn it. Oh, man. George C. Scott was a freaking treasure.
He was.
He
Freaking
was a
actor.
badass.
Well, I was watching old Disney movies, and I'm usually pretty good about placing voices, but I could not place the voice. We were watching The Rescuers Down Under, and the bad guy is this old trapper in the outback called, and his name's Percival McLeach, and it's George C. Scott, and I couldn't place it for the longest time, and I had to look it up, and I was like, oh, yep, I can hear it now. I can hear it. He just had such a freaking good voice.
Yeah, he did.
So unique. So good. I'm kind of waiting for Geigen to find this thing now. I'm terrified.
I'm looking. Don't worry.
What is that? Boss
what?
Nass's Poopa stick.
Classic.
What?
Classic.
Sorry guys,
What?
we're gonna be getting started here soon. I'm just trying to give everybody a chance to trickle in and get settled. It's been a couple weeks. Mimi unfortunately has the Rona. I'm sorry, Mimi. I'm glad
Sadness.
you're feeling better though. Do you feel like you're like on the back end of it?
Sorta, yeah. I'm still sleeping quite a bit, you know, and
Yeah.
which is, yeah.
Need that rest.
Gotta get that sleeps.
Mhm.
Well, while we are looking up the shenanigery, last time we had a little bit of a shorter session, but a big thing happened. Big thing. We resurrected Drathar. So one of the characters that the party has now run into is a woman named Valine Harpel, who is she's a necromancer, but she is part of or loosely part of the Arcane Brotherhood. I don't think we've fully clarified that yet. And the Arcane Brotherhood, we learned, has been sent to Icewind Dale to find ancient power to be able to wield it. And we learned from Vaelish Gant in prison that was kind of an unfinished plan when he failed to take out the speaker during his plan and to seize that power for his own kind of independently. And that was only a small kind of discussion at the time. Well, apparently it's become a larger discussion as there are multiple Arcane Brotherhood mages that have made their way up to Icewind Dale. So Valine is one, and she has lost an artifact that is very sacred to her, and she wants it back. In addition, she wants to help the party find a book that could contain a spell that could potentially stop the Frostmaiden, or at least hurt the Frostmaiden. So she says. And amidst all of these discussions, she brought up the fact that, she dabbles in bringing things back from the dead and jokingly offered to bring back Draethar. And one of our party members didn't necessarily take it as a joke. Cathala decided to take her up on the offer. And after getting a subtle buy-in from the rest of the party and realizing they had the necessary components to do it, they resurrected Draethar. He's whole. He is alive. He is back in the flesh in all ways. And they kind of caught Draethar up on what was going on. He got to have a moment with his sister, which was interesting and very cold. I want to see what's going on there a bit more, to be fair. In addition, Draethar got to go back and reunite with Darla, who was just grieving him at the time. So that was a nice reunion. In addition, many of the former kind of associates and friends from East Haven had made their way up for Draethar's funeral, and then it kind of turned into a bit of a celebration. Now, the only thing that's overshadowing all of that joy is the fact that Duvessa Shane, the speaker of Bryn Shander, was literally torn in half by the Frostmaiden. As in half, like this. It's not pretty. And the party asked Feline if she could also try and bring back Duvessa. She said it's a bit more difficult, given that she's not all in one piece, but she could certainly try. So tonight, the plan is to attempt the resurrection of Duvessa Shane and see if we can make that happen. Geigen, any luck?
Can't find the video, but I found a lovely image.
Oh boy. An image
from the
will have to
video.
work. Oh. Yeah.
No.
I didn't need that.
But yeah,
I definitely didn't
I'm
need
I'm really feeling sick. I think I have to go.
legitimately.
Also,
Maybe he's like, I'm done.
I'm done. Yeah, I'm done.
Next week.
That's,
We'll bring her back next week. You sent me a picture of a man in a bikini bottom and on a bicycle.
I got subjected to that coming to your stream, so
That's true. I brought it upon myself.
Yep.
Damn it, twat.
It's true. You've done this.
Oh, well, I could turn that around and say, for the low cost of free, you could use your Amazon Prime subscription, and then you would avoid all ads on this channel, thus forsaking all horrible sights of half-naked old men, or mostly naked old men. But it is D&D time, Nightbringer. So let's get to it. It's the next morning. The night brought with it a sense of relief for the first time in a while. There was a noticeable sense of sorrow that had been lifted. And dear God, why is someone rolling already?
Uh-oh.
Sorry, I just wanted to see if Draythor knocked up Dora.
What the fuck?
Who's Dora?
No,
Yeah.
I'm out of it.
You better not call Darla Dora. You're gonna have a lot of
Laura,
problems.
obviously.
Hey, I mean, I've been dead for a while.
Yeah, but she probably won't believe it if you start calling her Dora.
I'll just ask her if she wants to go exploring.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
My brain, I'm just gonna keep it to myself. We're just gonna keep it to myself.
I've seen this in a video before.
You've seen this in a video?
I don't want to know about your videos, Pirate.
I mean, you should stop watching those parody videos
Oh.
on those special sites.
No, I can't help it. I'm just gonna say, you know, Darla's gonna start to think you got a thing for women with these, but it's a different. It's a different thing. Anyway. All right. Anyway, you're seeing if you knocked up Darla. I'm pretty sure Draythor is planning on having some type of relationship with Darla. I don't know if I would call that getting knocked up. But regardless, for the first time in a while, there seems to be this air of hope after kind of striking out at Revel's End and having Draythor die in combat and having to go through the kind of feelings and grief along with that, and the anger and the torment, and then the subsequent battling and death and all of this stuff. It's been really heavy. But finally, we got some good news. We got to see friends. Bardabin, Estia came. Nims came. Scramsax, Darla. All friends of the party are here.
Even
No.
Ronaldo.
Even Ronaldo showed up to, well, he was going to sing a sad song, but now he's going to make it a happy one. Except he's still watching the door anxiously to see if his furry-legged maiden with fiery hair would ever walk back into his life again. Alas, that is probably not fated to happen in his lifetime. That said, there's hope. It feels good. Ronaldo's a furry, damn it. Icewind Dale is dark. It's darker than even the kind of normal dark, where there are only essentially 4 to 5 hours of actual daylight, which are even then filtered through the clouds due to the Frostmaiden spell. But this morning, somehow it seemed brighter. Everyone had a little bit of extra pep in their step. The chill didn't seem to be as cold. Everyone wakes up feeling rested, having had a chance to spend time with each other, spend time with friends, and or loved ones. Now you got me curious. I want to see what happens. Drathar, we're gonna start with you. You wake up, soft light peering through the window. You look over and you can see Darla kind of loosely wrapped in covers next to you. Still fast asleep. The light just catching her face, enough for you to see the beautiful outline of her features.
Did I scare him off?
I think so.
I think some Babu's his wakes that shouldn't be.
And I quit. I quit, and we're done. Next week, come back for a Spelljammer. Anyway. Time for him to get some smokes and milk at this local
Oh
store.
my God. You're supposed to do that after the baby comes.
Now, you can do it at any time after the child's there.
You guys are
Exactly
so
true.
bad. So bad.
I don't know how many times I've done it. I mean, what?
Man, I
Wow.
give you a layup of a beautiful scene, and here we are. Once
That's
again.
why I put it there and didn't RP it.
Yeah, I know, but I can still read, you dick.
Oh God.
All right.
What time of
Scene
the
is yours. I'm
morning?
done talking.
What time of the morning or day is it?
It's the morning. It's probably around 8:30, 9 a.m. You think it's probably closer to noon because it's a little brighter than normal.
Oh, sunlight off snow is very bright, so guess that ain't gonna help. But I'm gonna lean over, gently give Darla a kiss without trying to wake her up, and then I'm gonna slowly get out of bed and head down to the main room. I will roll to sneak.
She stays
I have
asleep.
to.
She stays
Okay.
asleep. It's fine.
Good, because I didn't want to open up Draythar's character sheet right now.
Oh God.
I'm gonna go down to the main room, just see who's down there, see if possibly Bardabin or anyone else is down there.
Well, we're going
Heck up.
to. We'll come back to that. Corin, where did you end up last night?
I think he's probably going back to the house after he that drinking contest.
To the house or to Vindal's?
To the house.
Okay. I just want to make sure. Clarify.
Mm-hmm.
Corin lived with Vindal for a number of years, so his house could have been Vindal's house too.
And Vindal did kind of invite him, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
True.
She was
She
kind of
is.
wanting you to come over, like, you know.
Yeah,
Come
nice
on
little
over.
triangle there going on there.
Something.
For the triangle to work, you need him.
But yeah,
So you went back to the
he
house.
Yeah, I think he would go into the house.
All right. Well, you wake up. What are you doing?
Probably. Gordon wakes up and rubs his head just from the hangover, and he starts heading downstairs to get breakfast started. He's gonna start with some bacon and maybe some Maybe some muffins as well.
Poppy, where did you end up?
Poppy went back to the house
Okay.
alone.
Yes.
Sure.
No. Yes.
And so she's waking up, just kind of just so much has happened in the last like 24 hours, and she's still just kind of processing all this. I mean, she's younger, but she's had to grow up pretty quick the last couple days, you know. So she gets ready for her day, and then just sort of makes her way down to the main room and sees Corin making breakfast.
Mm-hmm. Corin, as you're cooking, you kind of see Poppy coming over your shoulder.
Oh, hello, Poppy.
And how are you feeling this morning?
Yeah, a little bit hungover, but I have breakfast cooking.
Well, I appreciate that. I mean, if you weren't feeling good, we could have always gone over to the inn and probably gotten something there.
Well, we could always stop by the bakery and perhaps get something nice for the ladies. You know, Vindel and Valine.
That's true. I'm sure that they would be happy to see you this morning.
Yeah, potentially.
Poppy just kind of sits down and just kind of folds her hands and just kind of, you know, takes in everything and the smells, the sounds and everything.
Donut sounds good. Krathok, where did you end up?
Oh, I ended up in my room, freaking just in my chones, because I got a little way too drunk with those guys last night. I didn't end up like the other two, but it was still enough.
Well, we'll say this, Krathok. The smell of bacon is enough to kind of bring you out of your sleep.
Smells like smells like morning. I'm going to stand up and
Smells like morning.
gonna throw on some breeches of some sorts and saunter down to the kitchen and sit down and say, "Oh, Corin, you magnificent bastard. You got any coffee to go with that?"
I'm sure I can cook some up.
Oh, I'm gonna need it.
I heat a pot on the stove for the percolator.
Cathala, what about you?
I forgot. Cathala are both here. Oh no.
I know. Geigen is now too. And they look similar. It's you look over your shoulder and be like, "Hey, Drathar." I mean, shit.
Well, one has some extra baggage up top that the other one doesn't carry.
She's got fun bags.
Yes.
Sweater puppets.
Wow.
I can't take you guys.
Anyways. Anyway, she probably fell asleep right at the bar.
Okay.
He wasn't going to go back to the house because Tracer's technically alive again, so technically it's his room again.
Okay. So, before Drathar left his room, over at the inn. Gathala, you feel a kind of medium-sized-ish hand just kind of gently start rubbing one of your shoulders, gently trying to wake you.
Dayla is just going to kind of shrug her shoulder, try to swat at the hand as best she can without really getting up.
Excuse me. Good morning. You've been there a while, and everyone's starting to wake up. Do you want me to get you anything? Do you want some? I have tea and honey, and I made some biscuits. I don't know what you like. Drathar always used to like my honey biscuits.
Oh, I will take one of those for sure. And to drink, the only way to get rid of a hangover is to drink some more. So I'll have a mead.
Sure, I'll have Bartabin go get you a mead, and I'll bring you a biscuit with some honey. You just stay there, you poor thing. All right, be right back. And you see
Poor
this.
thing.
Yeah. You see this motherly figure kind of walk back down into a kitchen area, and you can hear things moving as your head's kind of still slumped at the table. You feel a larger presence come up behind you, slowly but intently, and you feel and hear a cup kind of plant itself in front of you to your right. Here, this should help.
I'm going to look at it. What does it look like it is?
Mead.
Thank you. This will help a lot. I'm going to grab it and take a swig.
It's a honey mead.
I'll take another swig and then she'll put it down. Oh, yes, this will hit the spot perfectly. I mean, tonight somewhere in the world, correct?
Oh, yeah. It's night somewhere. That's a special honeyed mead. We make it at the White Lady Inn in East Haven. If you ever fancy some more, just come on by and see us.
Oh, I'll have to do that, but that is quite a trip from here for right now. But if I do make my way, of course, I'll be sure to stop by.
As you're kind of talking mid-sentence, you see and kind of feel the presence kind of walking away from you.
I guess no one here is really up for a morning conversation.
As you say that, Drathar comes down the steps. Drathar, you go down and you see Bartabin kind of make his way over to the bar. He doesn't go behind, he sits in front of it. Kind of just looks up at you with a big smile. Glad to see you again.
Not gonna lie, I'm glad to be seen. Good to see you as well.
He kind of sticks out his very large arm to kind of greet you.
Does it look like he's putting it out for like a hug or just
No, just like a more of a forearm clasp.
I will go up to him and return it.
So, didn't know you had a sister.
Well, most people that ask me about her would, I'd think we're trying to come on to her, but you obviously have SDS, so that's not the thing. But no, don't talk about her much. Unique family.
I mean, I get it. Surely. In your line of work and what I used to do, the less people know about ways to hurt you, the better. But it's nice to know that you got some family, especially capable family.
Yes, I'm interested in hearing how she came to meet my friends. Sure, that'll be an interesting tale, but he is family.
Well, she could probably use a hand over there. I gave her some meat, and I think Estia's getting her some biscuits. You want anything?
Yeah, I'll have some biscuits. I'll have some tea.
Well, tea I have. And you see him reach over, and there's a kind of a pitcher of kind of tea that is slowly kind of, you can see a trail of steam coming up from it. And he pours you a little cup and hands it to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna sip some of the tea.
It's a lavender tea.
Lavender, nice.
Mm-hmm. With a touch of honey.
I figured that everything with them has honey now. SDS trademark.
It is. And it's delicious.
So, have you seen any of my friends this morning, or they still, sleeping at the house?
Well, I don't know, Radley, if Krathog made it back to the house, but I did see everyone.
Not important. Even if he fell asleep in the snow, it won't bother him. He's a Goliath. He'll probably think it's like a bed.
Blanket of snow. Yeah. He'll be all right. Anyway, pretty sure they're there. Nims is in one of the rooms here, and Esty and I were obviously here. I think that's pretty much everybody. Well, except for Vindel. But her place pretty much goes with her wherever she goes, so must be nice.
That would be nice. Well, I'm gonna let you go.
Yeah, he's just
Sure.
he just kind of turns away at that point and just ends your conversation in very Bardaban fashion. He doesn't say what he needs to say. He just lets you go.
Ugh. Well, nice talking to you, Bardaban. I'm gonna go talk to the only entertaining person to talk to in this place, apparently, and that's my sister.
Converse with yourself. Do it.
Dayla, how you doing? Oh, it's you. I wasn't ready to talk to you yet. It's still morning. Shouldn't we wait till your friends show up, perhaps? I'm sure they're more entertaining to talk to than I am. Still mad at you for yesterday. Oh, what do you mean? I was just being sisterly. Since when were you ever a sister like that? Trying to put me on your lap. Oh, but it was so much fun. You do know I still have a bounty out for you. I'm supposed to bring you back to the family. Perhaps we should talk to your friends about that, perhaps. It's a little cold, but it wouldn't hurt. No, I'm gonna sit here and drink my tea. You can play with your bounties and whatnot. Kill someone else later. You're not taking me. I'm stuck here. I have I'm an important businessman. No, you're a man who came back from the dead, and you have a little girlfriend. That's what's keeping you here. Are you gonna travel with your companions? Well, that's up to them. See if they still want me. So I'm willing to travel with them. It's been fun. Well, you bore me now. Now I'm gonna go back. My meat is getting stale and I need to drink, so shut up, Trethar. Go talk to Barnabin or that woman that brought me biscuits or is bringing me biscuits. Where is my biscuit?
Did somebody say biscuits? Biscuits are right
Yeah.
here. Oh, good morning, Trethar. It's so nice to see you again.
Oh, finally, someone worthwhile talking to. I see you. How you doing? It's been a while.
Well, you know, we're doing pretty good. All things considered, and we're happy that our trip up here ended up the way it did, as opposed to the way that it was going.
Me too.
Things
I mean-
in East Haven have been pretty nice and relatively calm lately. And now that I've got my memory back and Bardabin and I are taking care of the White Lady Inn, things have been good. Good. Miss you all, but with all the stuff out there, I'm finding myself much happier where I'm at.
That's good to hear, Estia. So when are we going to be godfathers and godmothers?
Oh, don't rush things, Trethar. How about we make a deal? We can talk more about that whenever you all end this Rime of Winter.
We don't have to fly on griffins to end it, hopefully. If so, there's no griffins, I'll make that deal with you.
You got to fly on griffins?
No. There's a lot of falling and plummeting and pain.
I mean, I remember seeing a griffin when I was little. No one ever fell off it, though.
Oh no, there's a lot of falling and suffering and pain.
I'll take your word for it. We'll have
Yeah.
to catch up on everything that happened maybe a little later. We should be expecting everyone else soon. I know they just brought you back. I don't know if anyone told you what happened to the speaker.
Well, I've figured it out. Kind of hard with them all talking about it. And I mean, I'm gonna say, no one brought me back. I just, we're just going with the fact that I faked my death. Trethar would never die.
Sure. I like thinking about it that way.
Yeah,
More of a ruse.
yeah, it was all planned.
I like that. Well,
Especially Darla. Say that around Darla a lot. Don't let her know I died ever.
I got you.
Thank you.
Well, now that your mission is complete and you were able to kind of flush out the Tiger Queen, what's next?
Lots of sleep. I don't know. I have to figure out once everyone gets together. Warren's been very formative, so I'm sure he'll have some ideas.
Well, we'll have to see. He seems like he's got a lot of energy, that boy.
Seems like it. I mean, Bendel invited him over, and there was what's her name? Don't remember her name. Necromancer lady. They were both there, and Corn got invited. I'm sure that's a lot of energy right there.
I don't want to know any more about that. Well, I'm just, yeah. Yeah. Thanks for that. I'm gonna go make sure there's enough biscuits for when everyone else gets here, but nice seeing you again.
Nice seeing you too. And Draythar's just going to turn towards Bardaban. I guess you didn't want to hear how she can raise more than just the dead.
Bardaban just kind of like chokes on his tea. He just starts chuckling to himself. And then just stays focused. Back in the house, Corin, you were able to serve breakfast and coffee. It's just you three.
Poppy gets up and after having her breakfast and kind of picks up after herself and then just kind of goes and finishes getting ready for the day.
While they're at the table, Cord's just going to say to Krathok, like, well, I was thinking about stopping by the bakery for some pastries, perhaps some donuts.
That sounds like a great plan.
Yeah, it's on the way.
I can always use some pastries.
Yeah, perfect for second breakfast.
I mean, Esti's got biscuits for 11 C's, so we're covered.
Excellent.
You all collect yourselves and make your way down to the bakery. There's a subtle assortment. There's nothing that is quite like a donut there. But there is a type of pastry that is kind of the pride of Bryn Shander. The baker is a man named Matthias, and he's very proud of it. He calls it a semla. It's a very fluffy pastry, baked basically a cardamom bread with this kind of a light, nutty but sweet filling / topping. Not too
What
heavy.
was it called?
A semla.
How do you spell that?
Semla.
It does like.
Sorry.
It does delightful. I'll take a dozen.
He packages them up for you. It's very kind and polite. And you are on your way.
Yay!
Yeah.
We got the pastries.
I guess we'll stop by the tavern first to collect the. I believe. Cathela stayed there last night. I'm not quite sure what happened.
I'm pretty sure Draythar stayed there.
And Draythar was, yes.
I guess we'll see where Cathela ended up.
Krathok, did you just drink yourself country? Is that what happened?
maybe a little bit. All right, I'm sorry.
Get a little drawl in that.
I apologize.
I'm pretty sure he stayed here. Like, what?
I'm pretty sure he stayed there.
That's the Texas coming out.
Yeah.
I'm like, Oh my god, we're all gonna go southern.
Down
already
country.
No, thank you.
This is 1 week after watching Yellowstone.
Shoot. I'm just living my life.
All right, so you walk in to the tavern. You guys are cutting up tonight. I can tell we can tell we're tired and loopy, but it's good anyway. You walk into the tavern, and more people are there. There's other kind of citizens that have started to file in. There's, Cathala hasn't moved. She's just there at the table, kind of nursing herself back to health in non-hungoverness. Esty is buzzing around, getting biscuits to people. Bardaman and Scramsacks are kind of sitting at the bar, just not even talking to each other, just kind of being in each other's presence. And you can tell that just kind of having friends around makes them more comfortable. But seeing both of them there and how large and imposing they are is certainly a sight to behold. That said, Darla has woken, come down. You can see this kind of lightness to the way that she steps. She seems very put together, like she took a little extra time getting ready today. And she has this kind of a nice aura about her, where previously she was somewhat reserved. She seems a little bit more outgoing. And you walk in with pastries.
Hello.
Poppy's gonna walk in and she's gonna just kind of cast Goodberry in her hand. Should have cast it, I hope. Did it go? Yeah.
It did. It went through.
There we go. And she walks over to Cathala and then just kind of puts them in her hand and says, "These might help." And just kind of walks over to the bar.
Oh, I was waiting for more biscuits, but these will do. This is rather interesting.
How many did you make, Mimi?
I think it makes just a certain automatically makes a certain amount.
Yeah, I think it's like 8.
10, up to 10 berries, so I'll just say 5.
Okay. So, Cathala, as you eat the berries, you feel your mind and your head stop throbbing. You feel kind of a sense of clarity return, and even some of the soreness in your back from having slept awkwardly on a table all night has started to go away.
She did not sleep. She awkwardly meditated.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
She's just gonna, after eating them, kind of stretch to try to feel out her muscles. And when they feel better, she's just gonna turn towards Poppy. Oh, good morning, Poppy. These were great. They really help a girl just feel so much better.
I'm glad they helped.
So, I see you're all here now. What's the plan for today besides, trying to stitch this community back together by putting the speaker back together.
Well, I think that is actually the plan. Not quite sure how we can help with that. Maybe there's a physician that would know more about that.
Yes, I mean, if we don't get the speaker back, I'm sure this community will be split in half.
Core's just gonna stand there awkwardly.
Crowdtalk's just gonna sit there and stare at everybody, and quietly.
I just can imagine Krathik with this dazed look on his face, just kind of like sitting as a hulking mass in a chair, just kind of comatose, just staring off into a corner. Just.
If Dayla's just gonna kind of move up to Poppy and quietly whisper to her, "Yeah, did Mickey make him stupid?"
No, I don't think it makes him stupid. I just think it enhances it.
Oh, so you're saying he's always stupid?
Yeah, he's a little slow.
I'm gonna walk up to Krasok and just slap him on the back. I'm glad to know that it enhances your stupidity, sir. I see that you are enjoying yourself. How's the wall?
Look, I'm just disappointed. I was hoping we could light a big giant fire, but no, your brother had to come back. So I mean, I'm just sitting here bored with no fire to set. So yeah.
I mean, if you want, we can tie him up, throw him on a pyre, and you can burn him if you like.
See, I like to do my killing for, good.
Then why would you?
Really hasn't done anything that bad to me.
That you know of.
Yeah. Look.
Poppy's just shaking her head at this exchange.
How about this? Let's build a pyre. Let's put a fake body on there, and you can burn it all you want, and we can watch it. We can even roast marshmallows.
Marshmallows.
It's just a regular fire.
That is just a campfire.
You see a figure kind of walk up behind you all. Well, good morning. So, Krathok, I think you could actually help me. If you want to do a bit of burning, we could, I think I've got a job for you.
Oh, finally something worth.
Right. So, you just come with me out back.
All right. Krathok's gonna follow him.
Scramsack's kind of takes you and kind of puts a hand on your shoulder and kind of pushes you in the direction of the kitchen. And as you go back there, you see Estia. She's cooking. She just kind of gives you a little smile. And you walk through a door in the kitchen that leads to a kind of a sizable area out back where there is a large just pit that is currently filled with wood. With a spit over it.
Oh.
So I was thinking, if you were bored and you wanted to burn something, why not help? We are planning a little bit of a celebration now that the Rethar's back. If we can even bring back the speaker, that would be double the fun. So, we had someone grab a moose.
A moose?
And he kind of points to your right, and you see a massive moose carcass just there. Not processed yet at all. Just moose.
Just moose. That is a big one.
Well, I was thinking maybe you could help me with that. What'd you say?
Sure, I can help. Look, I'm just sad I didn't get to hit anybody with my hammer the other day. Everybody else got to do all the good killing, and I feel useless. So yeah, we could do this.
Well, if you want to get those muscles rolling, how about you help me? You pick up that moose over there and throw it over this tree and hang it up so we can get the processing.
All right. You want me to do a strength?
Yeah, give me a strength check.
All right.
Go.
I mean, it's only like a 1,500-pound moose.
Yeah.
Krathok, you walk over to this moose, and after all of that, you kind of like grab this thing by the middle and attempt to lift, and you see the body just kind of go, just like groans that you're trying to lift it, but doesn't move.
Can I make another attempt?
Oh yeah, this is comedy gold right here. Krathok, you have 8.
What's even worse?
Come on, man, it's just a wee moose.
What the?
You move over to the front this time, Krathok, and you grab it by its massive antlers and just like start to like pull up, and the head lifts a good bit, but then when you get to the core of the body, nothing happens.
All right, I'm gonna stretch a little bit. Oh man, work
Can
the
I see
arms.
if Gathala hears this from inside?
Oh no, you're way in the back. There's no hearing this.
I'm gonna do some arm rotations. Warm up the joints a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Third time's a charm. Yes.
It's about time.
That's a nat fucking 20.
Right as Scramsax is like, I mean, if it's a bit too heavy, I mean, I thought you'd be in a Goliath and everything, that you'd be able to just hoist that up. But if it's too heavy, I'll just, and like mid-sentence, you just kind of scoop this thing up and just hold it up, throw it over your shoulder, get a good, thick rope that's kind of by this tree hung up around its legs, and you just throw the rope over and then pull down, and this whole thing just kind of slides off your back and just hangs there. And you just look over at Scramsax. All right,
Look,
then. Sorry, how did you?
just had to warm it up a little bit, out of use. The muscles needed to be woken up too.
Right. And your back too, because that would have killed mine. All right. So, you're my friend today. We're going to do this.
Oh.
So,
All right.
Krathok, for at least the next probably 4 or 5 hours, you're going to be Scramsax's buddy. And you guys are just going to be working on preparing moose.
Preparing a moose.
You can prepare a moose. You're gonna skin it. You're gonna prep it. You're gonna quarter it. Do whatever you need to do.
Oh,
Go through the whole butchering process, and then you're gonna roast some meat.
I'm definitely keeping this skull.
Oh yeah, you can certainly attempt to keep the skull. While that's happening, shortly after you kind of went with Scramsax, the doors open to the inn once again, and in kind of floated Vindel, slowly followed by Valine. Good morning, good morning. I knew everyone would be here. How did everyone sleep? She kind of shoots a look over at Corin.
Oh, it was a bit of a long night, but had a pretty good rest, I think. And we procured some pastries for you.
Oh, you're such a dear. Certainly not as long as it could have been, but I'm glad that you feel better. Anyway, so, what is this delightful looking little thing? She's talking about the pastry.
Nope. Oh, it's a sin.
Come again?
Sin?
He say it's a sin? Now listen
Yeah.
here, Corin, I don't much subscribe to that particular belief system, but are you saying they're sinfully good?
Perhaps, but I believe that's what the pastry shop owner called them.
It's a semla. Never mind.
We didn't hear
I'll
the
try it anyway.
LA part.
Yeah,
Yes.
not gonna lie. When you spelled it, it was SEM.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't even hear him spell it.
I did. SEMLA. Look it up.
We
Oh, yeah.
we only heard SEM.
Look
Yeah,
up
it's
semla.
hilarious to see him. It's like,
It's spelled semla or a semlor. It's actually a Swedish pastry.
Okay. Now I can look it up.
And I do have a
Bones.
friend in real life named Matthias who introduced them to me, and that's why I thought of them.
Nice.
Because hey, little behind the scene in the scene. Anyway, this tastes delicious, darling. Where did you get these?
You know, little pastry shop down the street.
The baker makes these here, and I didn't know this the whole time.
Oh, it's quite nice, I think.
I'm going to have to make a new friend. Anyway, so are we ready to do this? Everything is ready at the cottage. We have the table. I am ready to help with any type of pre-repair. And then, of course, the resurrection.
Yeah, I'm ready if everyone else is.
I guess I am ready as well.
Yeah, who all wants to come? Not everyone has to.
Poppy will go.
Drazer will get up. I guess I should go. I want to see how this works. Almost feel involved.
Everyone that goes then kind of turns and leaves with Valine and Vindel. You make your way down to the town, kind of the town hall. Valine and Vindel meet with the sheriff, who then has a contingent of town's guard that kind of carry her body, wrapped completely in cloths, all the way to Vindel's house. The sheriff kind of stands just off to the side as if overseeing the treatment of Devessa's body. Now, I understand that there's gonna have to be some steps to this process, and to preserve the speaker's dignity, I would appreciate it if all the men would at least exit for that time.
Oh yes, that's understandable.
You're so chivalrous, Sheriff. She must have meant very much to you. He just doesn't even say anything, just kind of nods. And he kind of walks to the door and just stands next to it. Everyone's still in the room. Cathala, Poppy. Did Cathala come? No,
Yeah,
said Drathos
Cathala
come.
came.
Okay, Cathala comes. So Cathala, Poppy. You see as Vindel kind of takes the body and removes what clothing there was. You see a horrific scene, which I'm not going to go into great detail on. It's as awful as you would imagine someone being ripped in half could be. Even Valine looks over and gasps when she sees the body. This is gonna take some work, Vindel. I hope. I've never attempted anything like this before. Oh, just don't worry, honey. You'll be fine. Just practice your incantation, and if you need any help, I'm right here. Vindel kind of waves her hand, and you see a kind of a spindle up here with thread. And you see Vindel kind of begins just moving her fingers, and the needle and the thread begin to slowly kind of put everything back in its place and begin stitching up the wounds. Essentially rejoining the two halves of Devessa together. This takes some time, probably somewhere in the area of an hour. At one point, Valine kind of walks over with the large diamond that Corin had given her, and she actually puts it inside Duvessa's chest. You see Vindel stops at that point and kind of looks over. Valine, what is this? I've never heard of this. Well, that's because you're not a necromancer, honey. That is going to help with the internal repair. I'm actually going to see if Corin can provide us with another stone. I think we might need more than one. Suit yourself, darling. And she continues working. And as said, for the next kind of 30 minutes or so, she takes her time, just very meticulously stitching Duvessa back together. Once that's done, I'll say Poppy and Cathala, you both can see that the stitching itself is so very small. And it basically becomes this very thin seam looking on Duvessa's body. Vindel then kind of waves her hand again, and kind of from feet to head, and you see clothes kind of materialize on her body. She puts her in some, kind of nice slacks and a shirt and a vest, and she looks almost like an adventurer. Vindel even takes a small second at the very end to kind of put a ribbon in her hair and braid it off to one side. She went from looking terrifying to somewhat peaceful, almost as if she was sleeping already. All right, this is all Vindel can do. Bring everybody back in. We're going to need some more, no doubt. Yes, please. Bring them all in. Bring them all in. The sheriff kind of brings everyone else in. Corin, the sheriff, Corin and Drethar. You can see just how drastically normal the body looks. Does anyone have any questions before we get started? Also, Corin, do you still have that bag of gems? Do you think you might be able to find another diamond? I don't need one as large as before, but I think we might need another one, just in case.
Yeah, I'll start searching right now, and starts pulling out the bag.
Poppy goes over and tries to help as well.
Sure, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
I think he already found one, because I think he rolled for it before, because that's why we came up with the idea to revive her.
Yeah.
No.
And he already gave it to Valine. Valine implanted it in her chest.
That is going to be a 7.
I have a 13.
A 13 from Poppy.
Yeah, Corin, as you're kind of rifling through the bag, Poppy, you kind of spot one and grab it real quick. It's about half the size of the one you found before, and you kind of hold it up. Yes, dear, that'll have to do. That'll have to do.
Corin, and Poppy just kind of tells Corin, keep looking to see if there's any more.
Oh, very well.
Poppy, you hand it to Valine. All right. This one is going to be a bit more tricky than you were, Drethar. for someone to come back, one, they need to be willing, and, well, two, there's a lot of damage here to undo. I've placed the diamond in her chest. Hopefully, as the spell manifests itself, the component of the diamond itself will help to repair her internal injuries, as they are extensive. I'm going to use this diamond as a focus, and hopefully channel that into the one inside. Everyone, if you pray to a deity, now would be the time.
Corn does a little silent prayer to I can't remember her name right now. Oof.
Yeah, I don't think
This is
Poppy
not
has.
going well, Corin.
No.
Poppy
Neither
doesn't.
Cathela or Drathar will pray.
Poppy really doesn't have a deity either, but she just kind of basically puts it out there, thinking, just whatever can help, please help.
This would be a time. It would have been great to have you, though, the religious paladin.
Sorry, Sheila.
Okay.
It's in my notes.
I mean, he's not really religious, more of a naturist.
Yeah. The sheriff walks over, then kind of places a hand kind of on her ankle and closes his eyes and begins saying a prayer under his breath. Valine walks over and begins kind of with one diamond in one hand and her other hand open, just starts channeling energy. You can hear her kind of saying a soft spell. And as she does, you feel energy begin to start materializing in the room. I'll make these public so everyone can see. So first we need to see if Duvessa's soul is willing. Chat, someone want to call it?
Oh no,
Odds
here
or
we go with the
evens?
chats again.
Odds or evens, chat?
Wait for the stream to catch up.
Banana.
Banana.
They're afraid.
Everybody's
be
quiet
afraid.
tonight.
Don't be afraid, odds or evens.
Time for chat to make the difference.
Sorry, I was lurking. Sakura, it may be up to you.
Again.
Again. Is Duvessa's soul willing, odds or evens, to be resurrected? The delay's not too bad.
Yeah, I don't think so. Usually around 10 seconds maximum.
Oh, I have the low latency on. It should be maximum 2.
Yeah, it depends on the computer too.
Yes. That is not an odd or an even answer. Yes, you flipped a coin. That's not how this works. I flip the coin, you call odds or evens.
I mean, she got the point.
Well, things happened the last time, Sakura.
So odd. Okay, here we go.
Odd. Okay.
They're evens.
No.
Right, which means Valine is going to need to roll a 15 or higher for her to call to the soul of Duvessa and bring her back. I meant to type even. She is an advanced member of the Arcane Brotherhood, so she has a +4 to this roll. So let's see what happens. Dirty 20.
Wow.
Valine kind of starts calling out Duvessa's name. Very quietly, Poppy, as you come over, you hear, I've got you. Come back to us. And she begins chanting in some other tongue that you don't understand. And you can see a light begin to kind of illuminate underneath her clothes. It's taking the shape of the mark. Now again, there is extensive damage that's been done to her body. So I'm gonna give it up to you again, chat. Odds or evens? How hard is it gonna be for her to repair the internal damage?
Don't mess us up.
Evens. Okay.
Oh,
Come on.
Ooh, there we go. Okay. She will only need a 15 to repair the internal damage. Again, with a +4. Meaning, odds would have been higher.
Oh, it's cocked on my screen. This is a 19. Boo.
Boo. It's a very clear. It's a 3, so it's a 7. You see Valine kind of wince as power begins to kind of continue to further fill Duvessa's body. Poppy, you see the light begin to flicker in various areas. And you can see kind of this feeling that she's straining.
Is there any way for us to help with this?
I don't know, Corin. Have you ever assisted in a resurrection before?
Nope.
Have you read about it?
Probably not, no.
can
You wanna try?
Drathar assist?
How could Drathar assist?
He was involved with a resurrection not even a day ago. He has very important insights in the resurrection now.
Poppy can try and cast a cure wound, level 3 cure wounds.
Save that. You might need it. Vindel comes up behind Valine and puts a hand on her shoulder. Oh, dearie, look. I know the damage is extensive, but I did a good job sewing her up. You shouldn't have to try this hard to fix her. Vindel, this is a lot. This is a lot, Vindel. I'm trying to channel enough energy even with the diamond. It's feeling hard. And all of a sudden her breathing eases. As Poppy, you can see a light on Vindal's hand touching her shoulder. It doesn't do as much as I was hoping it would do, but it does something. Valine steadies herself and keeps going. I've got to, but I'm gonna need your help when she comes back. And I'm gonna need you to try and heal her as quick as you can. There's still gonna be quite extensive damage internally. And if you don't want to lose her again, you're gonna need to be on it. Does everyone understand?
Poppy walks up and like she's across the body from where Valine and Vindal are, and lays her hand on the speaker's arm, on her forearm, just holding her arm.
Good.
And looks up with just kind of hopeful eyes.
You see, as Valine continues the spell, there are candles that are all along the far side of the speaker's body. Up to this point, you've seen them flicker periodically. And you see Valine's head kind of dip down, and as it does, the candles fade, and the inside of Vindal's cottage seems to draw in towards her. And it gets dark. A moment later, you see those candles re-illuminate. Huge, bright. The whole room lights up as Devessa's body seems to become a lantern unto itself. And Valine loses consciousness, and Vindal catches her. Oh, Valine, dear, you're going to... You're heavy. Oh, come over here, lie down. She kind of drags Valine's body over to a chair and has her sit. Although it's not clear that Valine is there. Poppy, you look anxiously at Devessa as her body lessens the glow. You see color returning to her skin and to her face. And then you hear a gasping breath as her mouth opens.
In that moment, Poppy will cast Cure Wounds at a level 3.
Okay, roll for healing.
Ooh, that's a high roll.
Let's
21.
go.
Poppy
Poppy,
Poppy can do it again. She has one more at a level 3.
do it.
And a 13.
Wow, so a total of 34 healing. Poppy, when Devessa breathes in, she exhales and then coughs twice, and blood comes out of her mouth. And you can see along parts of her clothes where blood has begun to seep through the wounds that have been stitched together. As your spell does its work, her coughing fits slow, and her breathing returns to normal. and you can see where there's a clear line of blood that had seeped through originally. No more seems to be coming. Duvessa opens her eyes. Is this really happening?
Just lie still. Be calm for the moment.
You take it easy.
I don't,
You've had a rough time.
Am I back?
Yes.
You're healing.
You see
And Poppy
tears.
looks up at the sheriff.
The sheriff is just crying and smiling. He can't say anything. You see Duvessa's eyes streaming with tears as well. I heard a voice calling out to me. I was floating in nothing. And it found me. You found me. It hurt so bad. So very bad. Even coming back, the pain was so intense I thought I was dying all over again. I feel better now. And you see her head kind of fall to the side. She's breathing, but she's out.
Poppy can
Corn's
still cast another Cure Wounds at a level 2.
You can if you want to. You want to do a medicine check first?
Sure.
It's up to you.
I'll do a medicine check, see.
I'll do what I can to assist.
Well, if you're going to assist, then we'll give Poppy advantage. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm gonna use a little gust of wind to
23.
Yo, nat 20. Poppy, as you kind of start to examine her, and you kind of slowly open the collar of her shirt where you could start to see where some of the stitching was, you see only a light scar. You don't see any trace of blood or anything. You begin kind of trying to sense her body, and everything to you seems okay. Her heartbeat seems normal. Her pulse seems strong. There doesn't seem to be anything that would be out of place that you would be looking for. She's okay. She's just exhausted. Her body is exhausted.
Poppy looks at the sheriff. And by this time, Poppy's just very emotional with everything that's going on. And Poppy, not being a spellcaster, is feeling a little drained as well. And basically tells the sheriff that from what I can feel and from what I can see, she needs to rest. Can you take her?
Sheriff just kind of looks at you. I can take her, yeah. Are we okay to move her?
Poppy looks over at Vindel and Valine.
No, darling, you can take her wherever you want. She's fine. Did you not see? She's awake. She's sleeping. Yes, her body is going to take some time to repair, but other than that, it's fine. Don't everyone look so shocked. You just brought him back yesterday.
I was never dead. I don't know what you're talking about.
Poppy has some tears running down her face because everything has just been so emotional, and she just shakes her head at Drathar.
I just don't think we should go around telling people about, hi, I've been resurrected.
Well, I don't know how we're gonna explain the speaker.
Illusion.
If I may, Dresa, if you would like your resurrection to be anonymous, I think that is something that we can arrange. But I feel like, given the state of things as of late, that it would be a good idea to tell of the resurrection of the speaker and her miraculous comeback from the dead. One is to stick a thumb towards the Frostmaiden, and also as a sign of hope against this everlasting rime. The people need that, I think.
I
Colonel
agree.
nod.
We need to give the people hope. We need to give ourselves the hope.
Might also help get you some volunteers to go and look after Valine's thing.
We would certainly be more than glad to help with anything that she needs to have done
Yes, I
after
know.
what she's done for us.
I know you are. You're in great debt to her. Twice now. I don't know how you pay 2 life debts, but, well, enjoy. Anyway, no, I was thinking that maybe there could be someone help you. I understand that Drathar has an aversion to griffins. Maybe there's perhaps someone in Bryn Shander that could assist you in some different mode of transportation.
Cord looks sad at not having griffins.
I'm sure we can figure something out when the time comes.
Again, not to get ahead of myself, just trying to make sure that I don't miss anything. But yes, I'm gonna take Valine and have her go and rest. You should go and tell everyone that the speaker has come back from beyond.
Poppy's
Yeah,
just very, very tired right now.
Yeah,
We
quick
will.
rest. Catch our breath and, maybe have some snacks as he pulls out the box.
Warren, I do not want to know where you kept those.
And as you...
It's right there on the seat. No one sat on them, right?
You sat on them to keep them warm?
No one. They were on the seat.
You nested the nuts? Anyway,
Yeah.
as you all kind of deal with your feelings of the speaker being back, she has the equivalent of level 2/level 3 exhaustion from what her body's just gone through.
Oof.
So she's not going to be ready to go for a bit. That said, you all are able to kind of collect yourselves and make ready to leave Vindel's cottage. I'm going to give us a slight time jump to the following day, just so that we can get to a point where the speaker is able to actually move and recover. For the time being, you kind of kept it hush-hush that everything was successful. The townspeople did not know that this was going to be going on because they didn't want to the sheriff didn't want them having false hope. So outside of the guards that helped carry the body, not many people knew. And now that there is a moose that has been prepared, there is cause for a celebration. And we will celebrate next time.
Yay!
Yay!
Yay.
Celebration.
Wow,
job.
Poppy healed.
You
Yeah.
healed.
I have no
And
healing magic.
Sakura
otherwise
did
I would
good
know.
things.
Well, didn't you have a long rest, Corn?
I don't have any healing magic though.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Oh,
No,
I
I'm
thought
a
you
sorcerer.
did.
Yeah, sorcerer is basically just damage and like a little bit of
Okay.
assistance, like team like that was called crowd control.
You do.
Okay. I get it.
Yeah, I don't
And
have a whole lot
Drathar
of
doesn't
healing.
have healing, right?
No, probably has decent medicine, I assume, with the wisdom. Well, I don't know. That's
Well,
wisdom.
he's got his alchemy.
Yeah.
That's true.
I'm just surprised Poppy did as well as she did.
Yeah, Drathar don't heal people.
Yeah, true.
I could give you
Right
his
there.
tincture.
Poison kills, maybe a potion, but no heal.
Do they have poison heal, by chance? What
Well, I
game is it?
mean,
Poisoned heal.
one man's poison, another man's heal.
True.
That's from a game, and I can't remember which one it is. I want to say it was Monster Hunter. I forget.
Well, that's
Yeah, but Sakura Krathok wasn't there. He didn't go. He was hanging out with Scramsax,
Yep.
playing with a dead moose.
He was making food.
Oh, food will gladly consume after this feast. The town
He was
feast.
making the foods. He needed
You
the
say he was
feeds.
making food, but at the rate he was going, once every 3 to 4 tries, he might actually succeed.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the other
I
thing
mean, there's
too,
that too.
think about how tender that moose would be if he kept dropping it and stuff.
He used the hammer a couple times.
Well, we are we're gonna go ahead and pass everybody off to our friends over at Dork Tales.
Yay, Dork Tales.
They're doing some Wild Beyond the
Love
Witchlight
them.
right now. They're always such a wonderful production to watch. That said, I know I had talked about it a couple weeks ago, and then a whole bunch of stuff keeps coming up. Life keeps coming up, but I am getting on track with editing things again. So hopefully we'll have a new episode of Maledictum next Tuesday. I am also going to make sure that I make an effort to get the latest episodes of Rime of the Frostmaiden up and available on YouTube, so you guys can see that. And we're getting back on track. We're getting back on track now that things are starting to calm down and get going. Wednesday streams have been pretty faithful. Geigen, are we going to have Pathfinder tomorrow?
I hope so if I'm back from Virginia.
Yeah, oh, that's right. You had to go to Virginia. So hopefully Geigen's back and we can have some Pathfinder. We had Pathfinder last week and it was a hell of a good session. So excited for more Pathfinder. So things are starting to get back to a little bit more normal-ish. Don't want to jinx it, but things are getting normal-ish. So hopefully we can we start to see some more consistency with those things going out. Hammer! Yes. Hammer! So fun times. But anyway, we're going to go read Dork Tales and
Dork Tales.
woo doo 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 doo. You know I had to, right? Like you know I had to. It's obligatory for those of my age. We must.
Yes.
We must. My kids love DuckTales. And there's like a new version of DuckTales. It was like early 2000s, and it's actually fantastic.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, I've heard
I
good
was-
things.
I was
been
pretty
impressed with it.
pumped about it. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and start this raid. So let's go do the things and the stuffs. And I will see you potentially tomorrow night on Geigen's channel. So make sure you go and check out Mr. Geigen von Huber. There you go. There's Geigen. Ooh, you were playing Chaos Gate? Ooh.
Yes, I'm loving that game.
Oh, it's so good. I haven't bought it yet, but I might be doing it soon. But anyway, that said, we're going. We love your faces, everybody. We'll maybe catch you there, and I'll catch you Wednesday on my stream for something. We'll be playing. It'll be great. We'll talk to you, everybody. Next time, be happy, be healthy, and be the light in the dark. Love your faces, everybody. Let's go read Dork Tales.
Night.
Let's go.